Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. And in the last part, we, first of all, we found 20 cats in the hidden village. It was a hoot. And I talked a lot about the heat, and it's getting even hotter now. This is just going to be the recording session where I talk about how hot it is, unfortunately. But yeah, the heat hasn't changed. If anything, it's after getting worse. So, do you know what I was telling a story last night on stream that I've been meaning to tell for the longest time because it happened 2 weeks ago, and I've kept meaning to. It's down there, I think. I've kept meaning to talk about it, but I've kept forgetting it. And the story is that, okay, so what are we supposed to do here? Usually, oh, we're supposed to, bring it over there, that's what So the story is this, right? And this, I thought of it again last night because I was talking about how hot it was, obviously. What else would I be talking about when that's, all I've been talking about? But it reminded me of, a couple of weeks ago, right? There was a, I was walking over to the... Whoa, so I need to, get him back then, this way? That's weird. Anyway, I think all we need to do is, stand on this, is it? Found one oh yeah, that's what it is. We're, getting the missing parts of the book. It's almost like putting Dracula's body back together or something like that in Simon's Quest. But yeah, a couple of weeks ago when I was walking over to the shop to get some food to eat, something to eat, something to eat. I was walking over to the shop to get something to eat. And on my way there, I passed by this house where obviously, there was gardening work going on. And I told this story twice last night, but I told this story, twice last night, but it bears repeating. So there was gardening work going on, right? So there were these guys, they had a van, there was about 3 of them, these big, kind of big sweaty bears, like Jean-Claude Van Damme would say. And they were doing their hedge cutting and their leaf blowing and their grass cutting and the hash slinging and the bash ringing, the dash singing and everything, right? You wanted, you name it, they got it, or they were doing it, or whatever. You name it, they were doing it. So, anyway, I walk past them, right? I continue about my day. That's not something that's that unusual to see people. That's not something that's that unusual to see, people just doing, regular work that they've been hired to do. There's 2 down here. What do you mean I can't warp now? How dare you? Can't warp now. That in and of itself isn't that unusual, right? So that's one thing. I go to the shop, I get my shopping, I'm walking back, right? When I'm walking past the place where these guys were doing their work, like Rihanna, they were gone, right? Their van was gone, the men were gone, the big sweaty bears were gone, whatever. That in and of itself also isn't that unusual, That in and of itself also isn't that unusual. However, what was unusual is this. So, as I said, they were gone, their van was gone. For the most part, all of their stuff was gone. Do you want to know what wasn't gone? They had, left a leaf blower, right? And they hadn't, so they'd left a leaf blower, and like it was like a actual, like a big petrol driven, like proper professional leaf blower or whatever. It wasn't just something that like your dad buys to be able to blow leaves around the garden. It was obviously something that it was obviously like a heavy duty kind of thing. So that's one thing, right? They just left it there, abandoned, unloved, and neglected on the ground. Which is odd, right? I'm like, okay, are you not worried that it's going to get stolen? I'm not even bothering getting that chest, because I know now that it's just going to be one of those stupid, Miiverse stamps. Okay, so there's another one over here. I think they intend for you to use the horse here, by the way. That's why they give you the horse whistle, but still, it's almost like just as fast to be a wolf, you know? Rather than waiting for divorce to be dragging that wagon all the way over here. So anyway, they'd left the leaf blower just down on the ground, and it was on. It wasn't, they had abandoned it. They had just got into the van and driven away, and left the leaf blower there, in broad daylight, public street, just on the footpath. And not only had they done that, but it was still on. It was just blowing ad nauseum, just constantly blowing, like twirling and twirling, like Al Gore or whatever, like just in a constant state of, like, if you can even believe that, like have you ever seen anything as ridiculous as this? I see what you want me to do here, game. Have you ever seen anything as ridiculous as this? A leaf blower just down on the ground in a constant state of exhalation, just going constantly. Like, I was saying last night, like, how must that have happened? You know? Like, is there one here? No. Is there one in the desert? Oh, there is. That's interesting. Like, how must that have happened? You know, like, did they not hear it? They all get into the van, they pack up the lawnmower, they pack up everything, right? And not only do they forget their big, like, probably expensive leaf blower, like, these things aren't cheap, you know? Not only do they forget it, they get into the van and they don't notice that they don't have it, but into the bargain, the thing is blowing. That's not what I wanted to do. The thing is blowing, like, the thing is constantly just blowing. How would you forget something like that? Anyway, I was walking down there another day, a day later or the next day, and it was gone, so obviously either they came back and got it, or someone stole it, which, to be honest, if it got stolen, then they deserve it. So how many of these things are left? I shouldn't have been so mean to this fetch quest. I like, feel now that I was a little bit unduly... like, unduly unfair on this, saying, like, oh, you have to go back and forth, but... Like, really, it goes very fast. They mark it on the map. You can warp pretty much extremely close to all of them. Like, I don't think I had any right to... I don't think I had any right to compare it to, the Triforce Shard quest. Because that's like a whole other level of, side questage, if you ask me. Oh, I remember, I've been here before. I came in here, like, right after doing the, something. There was some dungeon I was just after doing, and I came in here. And there was a Poe in here, and I was like, oh, well, we'll be coming back here again later, I think. So anyway, back to the heat. I wish I had that giant leaf blower here right now, constantly blowing at me. Because that'd be pretty comfortable. Are there any in Ordon? No, there's nothing in Ordon. Once you go back there and herd the goats, like, there's nothing there anymore. Have we got all of them? I should have, like, read the message. Let's try going back there now. Back to Kakariko. But yeah, like, to even make matters worse with the heat, I have no ice cubes. And normally if it's like hot like this, I like to have some nice water with ice in it, or some nice, or some iced coffee or something like that. I can't believe they'll let us warp here, but they won't let us transform. Like, they think, like, the people of Kakariko are going to be, like, unnerved by, me turning into a wolf. The boy they know and love, Link. Cheekbones, they used to call me Jawbones or whatever. But yeah, like, I can't even do that because I have no ice cube. So what I've done instead is, when I was recording Sonic Generations earlier, the last videos of it, by the way, which was weird, what letter? Did the postman not get a chance to send me the letter? But yeah, I have no ice cube. So what I've done, earlier I just made coffee and pushed it in the freezer to make cold coffee. And now I have, like, sparkling water that I had in the fridge, and I froze some berries to use as ice cubes. That's how desperate I am. And it's actually quite nice. Here's a book for you, Poindexter. Oh, you got the nerd. Hey, Poindexter, this one looks like you. How did you investigate the... Harry, this is amazing. Amazing. Here's the another game where some guy plagiarizes all our hard work. He's probably going to go back to the institute and be like, this is my amazing discovery, just like Professor fucking Sonia. It's like, look at Mallow. He's so successful in life. What do I have to show for all my efforts? I can turn into a wolf and nobody even knows. What can this mean? And I thought we had solved the last of the riddles. Blast, how confounding. I must apologize, Harry. I need to cool off a tad before I mull the problem further. This guy, what a drip, I swear. Did he just like... Oh no, he just like teleported over there. He doesn't even get to see me do this. We're just like, should we tell him? Nah. He'll figure it out himself. Also, what is like that up there? Is that just like a lamp? It's not on, whatever it is. Ooh, this looks familiar. Ancient Machina. Damn the Albed. So, you's no be thinking you be better than the Gungans no more. Harry? It's you again. How in blazes did you move that statue? The same way as I moved all the other statues. Spectacular, spectacular. No word in the vernacular could describe this strange event. You'll be stunned with wonderment. The sky cannon I read about in my father's notes, I knew that my intuition was onto something when it led me here. But how can one use this to get to the city in the sky? And I don't have anything else to say. Can we, like, teleport? We can't teleport with that guy there. Warp. That guy still wants... Yeah, how do we get rid of him? Hey, I heard about a lead on an interesting book. You might have heard of it. It's called I Think You Should Go Somewhere Else. Yeah, do. Get lost. It's nothing you're not used to, Shad. Ah, yes. Let me give you one last piece of advice. That seems to be broken, so you'd do well to show it to a canon expert first, I should say. Farewell! I'm off to continue being a failure! Wonder if I put him off. He doesn't even know you exist. Like, anyway. Now we can just do our handy-dandy warp trick again. Now, Cannon Expert, I think we know one of them already. The special entertainment over at Lake Hylia. Midna, I never get tired of seeing you do that. It's impressive, like she's just a little imp. Sorry, I was like reading on my phone what are the things we can get now that we have this thing. And I was like trying to delete the one that we get for the cat. Imagine like this guy is just like, oh look, and then, oh look, I dropped my monster condom from my magnum dong. And I was like, oh look, I dropped my giant cannon just right here. It's like some sort of Phineas and Ferb joke. It's like, what? Do you seriously think an enormous, like, ancient machina is going to just fall out of the sky? Hey, Mac. So, is that yours? Hey, buddy, I never thought you'd get so hooked on phantasmication that you'd try to build your own cannon. So you gonna give me the tour or what? Looks like you have a serious rig over there. It's like American Chopper or something. Are they like his back folds there in between his pink top and his stripy shorts? Like, you see the way there's like textured back folds, like Patrick Starr's pat back or something? And there's no ignition device, so you can't even use it. Listen, buddy, I suppose I might be able to fix it for you. I mean, maybe. That is, if you can pay me 300 rupees in advance. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Like, I have nothing else to do with money. Money has, like, no purpose in this game any longer. Oh my god, look at him go. Use the hammer! Is this like an entire week passing while he just works day and night to get this thing fixed? He's like American Restoration or whatever. Do you know that show where that guy who looks like Bruce Springsteen drives around, picks up loads of junk and then fixes it? All working as it should, I think. May look like junk, but this thing's got some powerful innards. You're gonna be knocking on the door to the heavens. Seriously, bud, it might be rough. Sorry for soaking you into dough. To be honest, like 300 rupees is nothing. We paid him to do a week's labor. Alright, you go back. Don't forget your leaf blower, asshole. Sorry, it's like, don't forget your leaf blower, asshole. Anyway, I don't think we're ready to enter the TLoZ verse yet. I think what we'll do is maybe in between videos, knock out a couple of these side things that we can do now that the Dominion Rod is throbbing with energy again. And yeah, I'll say thanks for watching this part of Let's Play Twilight Princess HD. I will see you next time. Bye now.